The conclusion of the September 11th Commission's report came on Thursday. It said aviation and defense authorities of the world's superpower were totally unprepared for the attacks. 18 months after starting its work, the Commission heard the full extent of the chaos caused when the hijackings began.
The American 11 is a hijack.
Yes.
And he's going into Washington.
Weariness and disbelief as relatives of the victims listened to the confusion and chaos that reigned amongst aviation officials on that September morning.
11, the first guy, he's heading towards Washington. Okay.
On the screens, graphics simulate the flight paths. Here of American Flight 11, the first plane scheduled for Los Angeles, now heading for New York. On the radio, not the airline pilot, but Mohammed Atta, the ringleader, heard here for the first time.
We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're turning to the airport. Don't try to make any stupid moves.
Chilling words. We have some planes. But how many? At that stage, nobody had a clue, and they still thought that this was a conventional hijacking.
We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York, and we need you guys to, we need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there to help us out.
Is this real world or exercise?
No, this is not an exercise, not a test.
No one had any idea that this would happen next.
NORAD and the FAA were unprepared for the type of attacks launched against the United States on September 11, 2001. They struggled under difficult circumstances to improvise a homeland defense against an unprecedented challenge they had never encountered and had never trained to meet.
Another example of the confusion. The authorities were still debating whether to intercept American Flight 11 more than 1 hour after it had already crashed into the North Tower.
Do we want to think about scrambling aircraft?
Oh, God, I don't know.
That's a decision somebody's going to have to make probably in the next 10 minutes.
Everybody just left the room.
An empty room, and too late anyway. They couldn't have got the planes there in time. And yet it could have been even worse. We now know that Al-Qaeda had originally planned 10 simultaneous attacks, including 2 against nuclear power plants. So, could it happen again today?
Because of the fixes, the remedies put in place, we would be able to shoot down all 3 aircraft, all 4 aircraft.
Mistakes were made. All the information was available, but no one was putting it together. Why? Because no one was conceiving the inconceivable. It turned out to be the hijacker's biggest advantage.